We are recording.
Okay. Do we have a quorum? We have a quorum.
So we start to say the meeting time.
Okay, the meeting time is 6:30. November 10th, 2025.
Rua?
Yeah.
Is here.
Rua,
Councilmember
Rua's here.
Sherry Green,
Sherry is here.
Barbara Russell.
Barbara was here. Okay.
Thank you.
You have a quorum.
Do we approve the agenda?
So
Is there any public comments? Any public comments? So I
ask a question? I don't know your name.
Rua.
Rua, from breakfast.
Yeah, I
Yes,
met you at breakfast the
thank
other
you.
day, but yeah.
so we approve the agenda.
So
You need to make a someone needs to make a motion to approve the agenda. It's generally not the chair that makes the motion.
Okay,
I make a motion that we approve the agenda.
I second it.
good.
First and a second,
Okay.
and then you say all those in favor say aye.
All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed? And then you say hearing none.
Hearing none, it's approved.
Great.
Okay, so do we approve the minutes from last meeting? I think there's some corrections that
I
we need
think
to
the
make
next
in
thing is the
names.
land acknowledgement. That's,
A land acknowledgement?
oh, wait, no. Did I give you do I-
Would you like to
know
read
what?
the
Yeah,
land
let
let me grab
acknowledgement,
this.
Sherry?
Yeah.
I don't think that we've really established one.
Oh, okay. Well,
Um,
I'd like to
Oh, yeah.
acknowledge that we like Blue Lake and we're all here and this is the land.
And this is what?
And this is the land of which we speak.
Okay. So if this was from a previous meeting months ago, and that we were talking about a land acknowledgement, and Julie from Del Arte had handed out what the Del Arte said for an acknowledgement. So I can read it, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know if we want to do it or what we want to say, or
Can,
I mean,
You guys, it's a discussion you guys are having. I'm just
Well,
here as a
and
representative.
Okay.
of
is
the
it, if it's a
city.
motion item, maybe we could make a motion that the council decides whether or not we do an acknowledgement or if we want to decide that we do an acknowledgement of the land.
So Sherry, I'm sorry, could you just repeat again what the history was so that I'm
okay,
clear on
so
that?
probably a year ago, it was on the agenda.
Mhm.
And a land acknowledgement.
Mhm.
And so we all kind of agreed that we would like to acknowledge the land of the Wiyot tribe. And so Julie Douglas from Del Arte at the time brought in what Del Arte had said as their, as a group, their land acknowledgement. So we did not discuss it further than that.
Okay.
So it's to be discussed if we want to do that, a land acknowledgement, and if so, then what did we say?
I don't care. We could go to the other items or
What do you,
do we want this council to decide or
I think
We
it's
have
our
to,
discussion?
yeah, we would discuss that, then I think we would open it up to the public and
Okay.
then
Oh, I like that.
decide whether or not we want to go forward. I think that's how it
Do you want to
works.
say
so-
something, Sherry? Okay. Is there any public comment about?
has the land acknowledgement been made available to anyone? I haven't ever seen it.
I don't know that there was one.
Okay.
I think this was this is what Julie Douglas gave from the Del Arte that I had in my notes,
As an example.
is what the Del Arte had presented to.
Okay.
But I don't know that the city of Blue Lake has a land acknowledgement. That was the discussion if we wanted to.
Got
And
You don't have the one from before, or do you?
I never knew that Blue Lake had one.
Okay.
And
So
so
maybe
maybe
the one that Julie brought you.
I have it.
Do you want to read it?
Okay. It says, we begin to acknowledge that Del Arte is guest on the unceded and ancestral homelands of the Wiyot people, which includes the Bear River and Blue Lake Rancheria. We pay our respect to elders both past and present. The name by the Wiyot to this place where we gather today along the Badawat River is Darikuwa, which means something similar to trail descending or where the trail comes down. This place was renamed Blue Lake by European colonizers. We are grateful that the Wiyot people remain in relationship with these lands where Del Arte sits through ceremony, culture, and stewardship. They are an important part of the history of this area and in continuing to acknowledge this place. The Badawat is the river that flows here in Dadiquatuk, and acknowledging the land, we must also stand in solidarity and actions with the Wiyot and the other local tribes to heal and protect the waterways of this region, which are threatened by factors such as climate change, pollutants, dams, and other forms of ecological destruction. Represents the other sovereign tribes and people of this area, such as Yurok, Hupa, Tuala, Waiki, who also experienced mass genocide, forced removal of people from their lands, and other heinous acts. Please take a moment to consider the many legacies of violence, displacement, migration, and settlement that brings us together here today. And please join us in uncovering such truth at any and all public events. Land acknowledgement is a disruption. It is an opportunity to pause from our agendas and programming to acknowledge the colonization and call each other and to take in an active role in decolonization.
Oh,
Well, I think, if it was like condensed, it would be a nice sentiment. It would be, I mean, I don't know that we have,
I think it's nice to have a pared down version and something that states where we would like to go as a community in the future with respect to the land as heritage, past and future. Because I think that's
where we, just to go that we cohabitate well together, is that what you're saying, or be
a vision,
some-
something we can, I guess we can discuss, or we can even, if we do a survey, we could put that on, we could put some ideas on a survey and then we can pare it down, reduce it to something that's not going to take a lot of time, but is heartfelt,
Right, yeah.
that we can
this-
all get behind.
Mhm, yeah, okay. So that'll be a part of the survey then, perhaps, that we're going to discuss later.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
Yeah, I
Thank you,
I like
Sharon.
that idea too of just having a recognition, but it looking in the past, but also looking forward. And I think it's a great idea to pause, but for meetings that go on sometimes for a very long time, we don't want to have 10 minutes that we're
Right,
spending
exactly.
going over it. So if we had
Exactly.
a few sentences, and I would say even encourage people to just take a moment to actually pause, have a breath, let that sink in, as part of the
Like a moment of silence, maybe.
yeah, I would love that.
Mhm.
And I wonder if this is something that city council needs to adopt and we would just follow that, or is it something that each commission can adopt their own ideas, or?
Or we can make it simple. If we throw everything
Yeah.
to the council, they've got enough things on their plate.
Okay.
So what
I
if,
think that generally what you guys would do would be to come up with a recommendation to council. I would reach out potentially and see if the council wants to take this on long term. Also find out, come up with some wording on how you guys want to phrase it, and see what you guys come up with as your final product. I think it's a good idea if you guys want to go ahead and try and take this on.
now can we
But
meet as a threesome outside of the meeting and work on this?
you cannot.
Okay,
Is that
that's
it?
what I thought.
We can each come with 2 sentences.
I think you could.
Yeah, I mean.
You guys could work on like a version for Blue Lake
Okay.
that you
Mhm.
wanted
Okay.
to have
Okay.
come
Okay.
forward.
Thank
Do
you.
you want to see the Arcata landing note?
Oh, yeah, can you read it?
I did. Okay.
Thank
Are you
you.
guys opening up for public comment or?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
please.
public comments, good.
The land acknowledgement for Arcata, California recognizes the area as the unceded ancestral land of the Wiyot tribe, known in the Wiyot language as Gudidni, over the woods or among the redwoods. This acknowledgement respects the Wiyot people as traditional stewards of the land and aims to dismantle the legacies of settler colonialism. the Wiyot community has a continuous relationship with this territory through their ceremony, culture, and stewardship. So it's a pared down version of that.
I think that, yeah, and I think that's, I mean, that says kind of what you want to say without going into so much.
And that was, did you say the Arcata,
Those are here.
the city council or the city state?
Their meetings.
Okay.
Council meetings and probably other meetings as well.
Okay, thank you. Can you give your first and last name for the record too?
Elise Scafani, speaking as a community member.
Last name again was,
Scafani, I'll spell it for you later.
okay. Thank you. Any
Okay,
other public comments?
Thank you. Okay.
So
Um,
before we close that up, we're agreeing that basically we'll have the idea of working on it ourselves, bringing it back together, and coming up at the next meeting, the December meeting,
mhm.
and then maybe taking that to city council
Yeah.
with our ideas and see
And
what they,
possibly
where they want to go
working
with
on
it.
Putting it on a survey to get other. people's
Oh,
opinion.
right, so survey would become first. Okay, good. So December, come up with some ideas for December. And then maybe, okay,
So, okay, so on
But
to
I guess
the agenda?
We have to.
You need to make a motion and then
Oh, Can we
go
make
ahead
a
and like formalize what you want to do, and then
I-
someone.
I'd like to make a motion that we work on that, put it on a survey, and then take that to the city to approve.
Do you guys want to take it to the city council first to see if they are interested, or do you want to go ahead and go through the process and then bring it forward? It's up to you guys. I'm not
I-
going to tell you what to do.
Well,
I kind of like taking it to city council first. There's a
Okay.
meeting coming up, so we could take it to them, and pending the results
Okay.
of that, then we could put it on the agenda for
how
next
do we
time.
have
if-
results if we don't have another meeting until theirs?
Well, if one of us goes to city council and they say,
Okay,
you know,
What one of you guys could come and present it to the city
Yeah.
council and say, hey, we're thinking about
Yeah.
doing an land acknowledgement.
yes.
This is one of our proposals.
mhm.
And then, just a quick proposal or
A proposal,
a
but we don't
reference.
need to have it figured out yet.
Don't have to have it figured out, but
Okay.
just bring forward what you are wanting to work on. And then I think the council will like kind of say, yes, go ahead and take it back to the commission, formulate what you guys want to do. And then,
Come back
there.
to the city council for approval.
right,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Can I second stuff? Somebody make a motion?
I move that we move on.
Right
That we
on.
take-
Me
I would,
too.
I would probably, I mean, I don't want to be directing you guys. I'm just
Okay.
trying to help out.
Yeah.
I
Wait,
want,
wait,
maybe
yeah.
one of you guys decide who's going to come forward to the council
yeah.
and present this item to the council, and then report back.
Do you want to present it, Rua or Sherry? I'll go with you if you
yeah,
present it.
yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll
Do
do
you want
it.
to do this tonight? You're kind of better at this.
Okay, then someone else has got to take notes.
Oh, shoot.
Okay, well, I can try to take them.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
sounds
sweetie.
good.
Either.
We're
Okay.
all getting a chance. to-
Okay,
I'll
well,
take
I'll have a
notes
chance
next
to
time.
try
I'll
on
take
these
notes next
codes.
time.
Thank you for bearing with us as we're all trying to figure out what we're doing here. We're kind of green behind the ears here. Okay, so
So make a
so we have a motion then to go to the city council, that me and you and I will go to the city council, we'll present it. And then pending results of that, we'll bring it to the December meeting and maybe discuss, each of us have ideas of how we want to do it and put it on a survey. So that's the motion. Does anybody want to?
I second it.
I second it. I'll probably be there too.
Okay. Okay, great. Great. So now we are moving on to public comments on non-agenda items. Are there any public comments on non-agenda items? Going once, going twice. Sold to the next person in line. Okay, so point secretary minutes taker.
So I have a question. Can we take turns doing that? Whoever's not so that it's not just falls on one person? Unless you'd like to be it, Sherry.
I can do it. I don't know. you want to leave?
I totally think that taking roles would be great. I don't know if the chairperson has to be the same person every time. Is that correct, John? Or can that rotate as
think-
well? Can we be creative and rotate the chairperson?
Well, I just think that you're better at being a chairperson. You're a natural.
Okay, I'll do it for a couple months and then
Okay.
we'll renegotiate. We'll see if it's still, so then maybe you all would, this
Or
is
you
kind of
could
blending
rotate.
categories here, but they're so intricately related. So secretary minutes taker, maybe you guys will trade that back and forth a little
Okay.
bit.
Okay.
And you have,
Okay, because I can take turns with you if you
Okay,
wish.
okay, sure. And I'll try. I'll try.
and then we
Yeah,
can
I'll try
revisit
to.
that in the future and see
Yes,
how it's
okay.
working. And if we want to have someone else to the chair position, I just can't do both. I can't do chair and
Sure, no, you
secretary
can't.
at the same
Yeah.
time, so it's too complicated for me. But
course.
we can trade that
Yeah,
around.
okay.
Okay, so there's a motion to have you guys trade that back and forth. And we have a second?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Second.
you second it? Sherry
Yeah.
seconds it? Is that good? Any public comment on that? All right, I didn't think so. All right, approve January 13th meeting minutes. So
January 13th.
yeah, so in January 13th, 2025, was this the last meeting of the Arts and
But
Heritage?
not January.
Yeah, January 13th, 2025. That's the first one that we're to approve. So has there been
Wow.
no meeting here since January? I mean, other than the
We had
Yeah.
one
in
last
September?
month.
You had one in September,
And
it looks
but
like.
I mean,
and
nothing
We
before.
had
Okay,
one on the 13th.
right. So January 13th, 2025, I read through this. I watched a good portion of the video, but not the whole thing. So I'm ready to approve it, but I want to just see if the public has any comments there. Anybody have anything else on there that they wanted to talk about the January 13th? It was in the packet that was put online. Okay, going once, going twice. Okay, so I motion to approve the January 13th, 2025. Can I have a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone not in favor? All right,
all
now we're going to
reporting, right?
move on to the R one that we're more familiar with. Was
Do I
this,
need to write who makes them?
you do,
Okay.
Yeah.
the September 28th or September 8th meeting of 2025. So this one comes as a full disclaimer. I want to go on record as saying that I went back and took notes on the recording because Tony said she needed help getting the minutes together. And I sent them to her with the request that she turn them into minutes. And she didn't have time. So she put them out there with all the mistakes that we're going to go over now. But this was never supposed to be the minutes. I'm an English teacher, so I just want to put that out there as a disclaimer. Like, this should not have been public record yet. It wasn't ready. So I apologize to everyone out there and everyone in this room for not having it that way. So let me go first because I took a good look at this and there's so many things to change. So first of all, there are 21 instances of Sherry's name being misspelled. All instances of Sherry should be turned into Sherri with the last name of Green. I could say all the lines that occurs. Do I need to do that, or can I just say it's all every time that it's there? Or do I need to say each line 28 times?
I think you probably just
All right, so I have those all noted,
Okay.
and I will make those changes and get this to Tony corrected. So all mentions of Ken should be Kent. That happened 3 times on line 26, 30, and 93. And I'll give you these notes, Sherry. All notions of Julie, 3 times on lines 14, 30, and 97 should have been with the name Julie Christie, Christie. The woman from the audience whose name I did not know was Diana Lynn, and that happens on lines 90, 109, 137, and 154.
Diana Lynn or Diane Yang? Because Diane Yang is listed as the public present at the top.
I don't think Diana Lynn was here.
No, it was Diana Lynn.
Okay,
Yeah,
so-
it was Diana Lynn.
Okay.
So was that incorrect then? Diana Lynn was the Diane
Oh.
present in the room, not Diane
You know what? I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to check on that. I thought it was Diana Lynn. But I need to recheck that on the video. I'll shoot it over to Barbara because she knows her for sure. Okay, thank you for that question. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Dinah Lynn, but it might have been that I got the wrong
Our
name
last
again.
meeting, it was definitely Diana Yang. Yeah, it was definitely her because I
Yang?
remember her being here. Yeah. and
Okay,
not
so it's
Diana
not Lynn, it's okay.
Yang.
All right,
Diane.
Diane, not Diana.
Yeah, Diane.
Okay. All right, thank you for that. So then on line 7, McKay is misspelled, so it should have been Elizabeth McKay. And then on line 63, it's our wonderful Justin Goad, right? Goad. So that was incorrect information. And then on line 139, it should be Glenn. Line 140 needs a period. Line 141 needs a capital I. Line 163 should read survey for how to involve the community with arts and heritage questions and to create and decide how we and how we create and disseminate the survey. And line 168 should say open up for more possibilities. Everything else is good, I think.
Good.
So there was a lot of changes. Again, apologies for that. It wasn't really meant to be the minutes, but I'm glad we had it. And there you go. So any other changes? Anyone from the audience wish to comment on the meeting minutes changes for November or from September 8th? Okay, so someone want to make a motion that we,
I make a motion that we accept the changes, the corrections to the agenda.
I
Second.
I mean,
great,
to
great,
the minutes.
Okay.
okay, perfect. And so all in favor? Yes?
Aye.
Anyone not in favor? Okay, great. We're moving right along. We are on to receive resignation of Elizabeth McKay. Darn it. I don't want to. Can I say no? I refuse to receive the resignation of Elizabeth McKay. I know. So, yeah, I don't know what else we could say about this. Gosh, what a loss. And certainly understand some of the reasons, and she's doing what she needs to do, and we love her so much. And okay, so we received the resignation. Anyone want to comment?
We love you.
We love you. Anyone from the audience want to comment? You love her too? Just getting that on public record. And okay, and so motion to approve it?
Motion to
I
approve.
mean, what can we do?
I don't know what we can do with that. We received it. Okay. Okay, so I second that we have properly received it.
So go ahead.
Motion to receive it. We did.
Motion receive.
Yes, motion received.
And
All those
second
in
it.
favor say
and
aye.
Say- all in favor, say
Yeah,
aye.
all in favor
She's
say
doing it.
aye.
Aye.
Anyone not in favor? Okay, I'm really not in favor for resignation, but okay. Okay,
Kind of in general, when an agenda item has discussion/action,
Mhm.
it means like, if it says action, you're supposed to make a decision, have a motion and second and vote. If it doesn't say action, you don't need to do that.
Oh,
Okay.
great, thank you.
Thank you.
In general, unless somebody makes a mistake on your agenda.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you're just receiving something, you're just noting it
And then we can just move on.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Appoint a chairperson. This is discussion action, so I appoint, not me.
I thought you appointed, I thought we already did your.
I know,
move
just
that,
kidding. I'm
Rua's,
just kidding.
The
Okay,
chairperson.
all right.
I second it. Just great job.
All in favor?
Make sure you open up for
Aye.
public comment first.
Oh, public
Oh,
comment.
public comment.
RUOU.
Huh. Anybody else want to do it instead? No. Okay. Okay. So
I make a motion that Rua is the chairperson. Thank you.
I second it.
okay. I'll sit that one out.
No, it's an action item.
All those in favor?
All those in favor.
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
All opposed. Okay. I'll just hold that.
And just so you guys are aware, you can make the motion and the second and then open up for public comment,
Oh, okay.
even if the motion's already been made.
Oh,
cool.
interesting. Okay, thank you. Okay, next, we're on number 10, survey for Blue Lake residents, how to get the community involved. This is discussion action, so we'll open up the discussion first.
Well, I'd like to investigate different ways of having a survey. I really like when Glendale had it on the water bill. And so that was with SurveyMonkey. So I'd like to look into SurveyMonkey, and then we could put some questions together. And with that kind of survey, people can also comment. It's not just multiple choice. They can also put down comments, which I find very valuable. And we can also ask them what questions we could put on another survey if we want to do that. And because it might be, I had thought it would be nice to get questions from the community, but that could be really complicated.
So how is this presented? It's sort of not,
It comes on people's water bills. It comes a little website comes on, and they go to SurveyMonkey, and it's very quick and easy to answer questions, and it tallies it up and everything.
do you think people will do that?
We had over 200 people do it
Okay.
for our survey in Glendale.
Okay, so what are you saying? It's like a little QR code on your.
It's a website I think you go to,
Okay.
and there's probably a QR code too.
Mhm.
I don't remember exactly. I remember there was a website though.
Barbara, have you checked in with City Hall to see if those cards have the capability of doing QR codes? That's the only thing I'd be
I can
wondering.
find that out, but I know that we previously had done it. People in Blue Lake and Glendale had the way of getting a hold and to do
Nice.
the survey on the little line on their water bill.
Cool.
Yeah, it was great because it went out to everybody, so that's why we had such a good response.
I think it should be also printed.
And a printed copy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we had a
I don't
printed
know
copy
how
too.
That would be distributed particularly.
Maybe the
Um,
resource center.
Resource, I mean, a lot of people don't go to the resource, maybe at the post office. I don't know, can we leave things at the post office on the,
I think we still can, yeah.
Where people
or
could
somehow,
request
you know,
one. It could be at City Hall and they could request one.
yeah, or something like that, or, I don't know.
We
but
had
I
over
think
200, about 280 people
Uh-huh,
did our survey.
We,
uh-huh.
would someone be willing to check at the post office to see if we could
I
leave?
can check at the post office.
Thank
No,
you.
no, when you say the post office, saying inside, or you saying on that bulletin board outside?
I was
Jerry?
thinking inside on that table, you know, where
Okay.
you go to look at your mail, just sit some surveys there. I don't know if we can do that.
You can't.
You can't? Okay.
Because then we might get more than one from.
You, the city can post.
Elise, would you
official
talk up
city-
there?
Thanks, yeah.
The city can post official city notices on the bulletin board, the locked bulletin board inside the post office, but you can't do anything like
Okay.
take one or something like that.
So maybe through the city, we could have a notice there that says, if you want to do the survey, here's the website.
You could.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And if you want to do, instead of doing 2 surveys, you might use Facebook to try to find your questions.
That's a great idea.
Maybe
Create a Facebook account, a nice, neutral.
you could create a Facebook profile that is
Oh.
the Arts and Heritage Commission
I love that.
and join the local groups and say, hey, we're going to do this. And you can spam
Nice.
everybody with your great ideas.
I
Mm-hmm.
love that. It's a great way to
Um,
share ideas.
Yeah. And one of the things that's been talked about is having a specific Blue Lake bulletin board on the town square.
I love that.
And I don't know, I haven't heard any details about that idea other than there was supposed to be one eventually happen there. And that would be a nice place. Maybe that'd be like a locked cabinet type of thing where it'd be just for city business. And
That's a great idea.
so that'd be another spot.
Mm-hmm.
So if we did an Arts and Heritage Commission Facebook page, it should be linked to the Blue Lake of one of the Blue Lake pages or not?
I don't know. I think it. What do you mean linked? Where? Because
mean,
it
is
should
it
be
just-
different. It should be separate because they're.
Right. Okay.
But we could let both know that we're doing
Check
that.
out the Arts and Heritage.
Yeah.
We would
Yeah.
need to go to probably city council and ask permission to do that?
You could bring it up to city council, I guess. Just say you're doing it, maybe during your presentation on the land acknowledgement, and say we want to do a survey too. And we could use the official Facebook account and then just have the official Facebook account post it on wherever you guys decide you want to post it.
Oh, that's a great idea.
It's just, I mean, I'm not directing you guys. I'm just saying.
No,
That's
a
no,
great
no,
idea.
good suggestion.
That's good for an announcement, but if you wanted to have an interactive thing,
Facebook.
that might be different.
Well, there would just be a link or the official will say you could go to that to participate.
So what you're saying, like, if you want, no, that's.
No, it's okay.
So small I can hear you.
Yeah.
I just meant if you were gonna ask the community for suggestions about questions for your survey, you could ask people on Facebook to discuss it and give you questions. And you could just have that conversation on Facebook to create your survey. Does that make sense?
But
Yep.
it would be under one of the Blue Lake sites.
Or
That's what I'm saying. I mean, a lot of people may not, Blue Lake may not know to look at the Arts and Heritage
Right.
site unless they see it on Blue Lake or I know a lot
Oh
of
yeah,
people-
yeah. I think you would maybe create a profile
For
for
the
arts and heritage, like people create profiles for different events and
Okay.
things. So you create, a profile and say, this is Arts and Heritage Commission, we're gonna do this survey. You could even call it Arts and Heritage Commission Survey.
Mhm.
And explain what you want to do and ask
and then the
people.
city could have it posted in the post office.
Yes. Once it's official or whatever, when.
Could make a
when you-
little flyer.
Yeah.
Little flyer.
And so if we create a profile for Arts and Heritage on Facebook and ask the general public for survey questions, would we still go then to a city council meeting and say, we'd like to do this? Is it okay that we do this? Will you send people from your page over to our site? Is that how it works? Is that what you're envisioning or?
I think once you create a survey, then I don't know if you need.
I'm just concerned about me and you both having conversations about this right now.
Yeah. Oh,
Mhm.
it's public at least.
Well, it's I don't know.
Well-
Honestly, there's lots of different ways that this could go, and
I-
I don't really know, honestly.
I think we could make a Facebook page without asking the city. And we could ask the city to post in the post office that there's a page where we're collecting questions for a survey. Things like that. Do you think?
I'll let you guys figure it out.
Yeah, okay, so we just need to create and again, we can't do this, the three of us together.
I know, right?
Okay, so we have to create a Facebook page.
Well, let's think about,
Okay, you know
I would
what?
just say you can probably just have the official. We have one city Facebook page. Just have that one do the posting. Whoever owns the survey though can just give the link to the city to post.
Okay,
Okay,
so we have to have the survey first.
Yeah, what I mean, why don't you guys just bring the survey forward at the same meeting that you bring forward the
Okay.
land acknowledgement, and then we can.
Okay, so now that's saying we need the survey first.
And I don't think you'd have to have the survey completed, but just
Okay.
bring it forward just for
so
approval.
I'll look into SurveyMonkey and I'll bring that to the
Okay.
next meeting, what the details are for that.
Okay.
And that can get the ball rolling.
so we wouldn't need to go to city council to just be able to start a Facebook page that's called Arts and Heritage Commission? Like even just to start the page, that's what I'm feeling like I want
I don't
permission
think we
to
need the
do
city
that,
to do
but
that.
I don't think you guys need to have an official Arts and Heritage Facebook page yet, but I don't want to. If you guys want to bring that idea forward to council,
so we do
you
need to
could
bring that to
if
council
if you
before we
wanted
could
to have
do
your
it.
own probably Arts and Heritage Facebook page controlled by the city, then you would probably need to bring that to
I don't know that
council
we
for
need
review.
to control by the city.
Yeah, I don't think we need to take it to the city. And we can get our survey questions, then we can bring that to the city and we could
I think you guys could probably develop the questions yourselves,
Yes.
and then
get more from the,
Yeah.
it'll
Okay.
evolve.
Right, I
rolling.
think so. So, okay, so we'd have to, if we want to work on this together, we'd have to have a group, two of us work together, and then other two work on
know.
something different, right?
That would be if there were 4 of us, but there's only 3 of us. So we can't even have a meeting with 2 of us because that would be a quorum. Right? or it would be 2/3 of us, so we couldn't meet according to the Brown Act, right?
I'm not going to answer the.
Well,
but you-
unless we
Yeah.
have an official meeting to do this, that the public's
Yeah,
invited to
I
at
would
the
ask.
Grange.
I would ask Jill on that. Potentially, I think you guys could probably form some sort of a ad hoc tonight, and then ask Jill about it tomorrow.
Yeah,
Just to make sure it's okay.
and then we can meet at the Grange, and as long as it's open to the public.
No,
No?
I think we just do work on it ourselves, the
Okay.
questions,
Okay,
and then present it, and then they could
Create it
also
together.
ask, say, if there's other questions they want to include on a survey,
I love that.
then we can do that.
Love that.
Okay, so we gotta ask Jill tomorrow.
All right, so do we want to form an ad hoc committee tonight for that, to work on the survey questions? So that then we,
Well,
if
I
it,
mean, I thought that we couldn't. Well,
That's what we're
two of
gonna
us can
ask.
do.
that's what we're going to
You do
ask
have
Jill
a-
about.
you
If we
do-
get all three.
Or we're
work
gonna
on it.
ask Jill if we can do that.
I think that you guys can go ahead and
Form an ad hoc?
probably form the ad hoc
Okay.
tonight, and then just ask Jill to make
With
sure
the
it's
three
okay.
of us.
No, just two
No,
of
it
you.
has to
Okay,
only be
okay.
2.
Okay.
So do we want to do that tonight, form a
Yeah.
committee?
Let's do that.
Okay, so who would like to be on that?
I'd like to be on that.
I can be on it too.
Okay.
Okay, so. All right.
So you guys need to make a motion to form.
Okay.
I
Okay,
make a
give me
motion.
just a second, sorry. I'm just writing a note to myself and, okay. Okay, so,
I'd like to make a motion that Sherry and I form an ad hoc to come up with questions to start the ball rolling for the survey.
I second that. Okay,
First and a second.
oh, yeah, so all,
Aye.
in favor?
Yes.
Aye, all opposed? No,
Did
and
you guys take?
we
some-
didn't ask the public there, so we got a little public poll but there, but
Public comments?
anybody else want to comment before we move on? Yeah, Justin.
I would like to caution you against making a Facebook page.
Okay.
Mm.
The reason I say this is because anything you say or do in the name of the city
Hmm.
can be held over the city.
Okay.
If you were to say delete the person's comment,
Mhm.
that is a violation of the First Amendment,
Oh,
and you
jeez.
can be held accountable for violation of the First Amendment for even deleting someone's comment on your post.
Hmm.
So I would highly recommend relying upon the name City Blue Lake page. Allow them to do any postings you need, any of that. I would highly recommend none of you make a Arts and Heritage Commission page.
Mm.
It can do nothing but end badly.
Thank you for that reality check.
you.
Much appreciated.
Thank you, Justin.
Thank you very much.
So then
Okay.
we would need to come up with our questions, take it to the city and ask the city if they will put it on their page.
Yeah,
And to help us as Arts and Heritage Commissioners,
yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
right? That's what,
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
that sounds good? Okay.
And at the same time, then you could also talk about what you've learned with the Survey Monkey or whatever, because it could be done. If the survey questions are
yeah.
already going to be formed, then, it's just one more avenue of getting them out would be the city's Facebook page, maybe Survey Monkey kind of thing, And possible there could be some things happening at the Grange where we could just like set up shop and, say, here's a survey, if you haven't filled one out yet, have at it. So something like that might be possible as the
And
holidays
we
are
have to
coming.
keep track of, see, the thing about Survey Monkey is that people only do it once. So we have to keep track so people aren't
Mhm.
doing a stack of.
So we could have a scan code there at a table or something. If the city were to approve the survey, then we could do a scan code at that table and that would take them to the Survey Monkey. So rather than having a box, I was just trying to think of what Sherry said about having something for people that aren't really comfortable
On the
doing,
computer.
on,
Yeah.
on the computer.
Yeah. Well, we could
um,
have paper copies,
Mhm,
maybe at the resource center, if that's okay with the resource center.
mhm. So that could be something to check into after we get the survey
into, yeah.
questions. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what else do we need to do there?
I think you guys already approved.
Yeah,
You already
so we
made the
can move on
motion.
from that. Sherry, did you have any questions? I know you were taking notes there, but I know it's tricky, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
hard.
I'm just, okay.
I ask a question?
Yeah.
Would you mind coming up to the mic so the adoring public could see your beautiful face
From your pants.
and your matching outfit? Wow, glamour girl.
Proving that I'm an artist.
Mm.
I only know of 2 Blue Lake Facebook pages, and one of them is the one that Mandy does, and the other one by Becky Thornton. I quit Facebook because of the animosity in this
Yeah.
town. And so do you put this stuff on Mandy's or do you put it on Becky's? It just seems there needs to be a neutral Facebook page if you're going to discuss neutral city stuff.
Yeah. It would be great if there was a neutral place so people could be informed. Because
Well,
people are
Mandy's-
either doing one or the other.
So let me
Maybe-
just say that the Blue Lake happenings, I was just talking with Molly about this the other day at the resource center, and the Blue Lake happenings, they've disabled comments on that page. So that would be the place you would want to post. Here's the survey, go
Mm.
here. No one can make any comments on that. So the Blue Lake News one, people can make comments in it, and it's gotten too ugly for a lot of people.
Okay, the one that Mandy is in charge of, could she not allow somebody to post on it?
That is beyond my area of understanding. It's beyond the Arts and Heritage Commission.
Okay,
So
and the same with Becky. If she doesn't like something, could she not post? Could she just
She can delete.
let it die?
Yeah, she can.
yeah, it's my understanding that you like the Blue Lake Happenings page, they disabled comments because they just wanted people to be able to put information up about what was happening in Blue Lake without anyone being able, if they felt jaded in any way or upset in any way, they wouldn't be able to just go on there and
Okay.
say a bunch of stuff.
That's
So
good to know.
that's the Blue Lake Happenings page as far as I understand it. But Justin, can you shed more light on this?
That a little bit.
Great.
More mics there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I get your name before you step away from the mic?
Elaine Benjamin.
Elaine Benjamin. Thank you,
And
Elaine.
I'm gonna have to leave.
Thank you so
My
much.
ears can't, between the fridge and
Mm.
my tinnitus, it's
Thank you
too-
for
Thank you
coming.
for
Thanks for
coming,
Thank
coming,
you so
Elaine.
much for coming. Okay, Justin.
Okay, so I was going to speak towards the Blue Lake Happenings page.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
So that page, if you notice the latest picture that was placed on there, it is slowly becoming the Chamber of Commerce.
Mm.
Uh-huh.
So the Chamber of Commerce is going to be taking over that page.
Okay.
So your post will be welcomed on there
Oh, thank you.
from
This is
the
Blue
Chamber of
Lake
Commerce.
Happenings page you're talking
That's the Blue Lake Happenings page. It is. It's not become completely official and full on yet, but if you look at the latest picture, you'll actually see the center icon is Chamber of Commerce because
Mhm.
we are taking over that page.
Oh, wonderful. That's great. Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
Yes, there will be more moderators.
Thank you so much.
And you're moderator of it?
I
Oh,
am
wow.
currently not, but I'm the president of the chamber.
Okay, okay,
Wonderful.
I
Thank you.
will be a moderator
okay,
Thank you so much for
once
your.
once that transfer takes full place.
okay.
Okay. So,
Good.
is there anything else that we needed to go over? Any more comments on the, from the public on the
Survey?
survey? Anything else we need to do with that tonight?
Hmm?
Anything else we need to do with that tonight?
So, okay, so we're going to, at this point, we're going to meet and come up with a survey. We will talk.
Step one is ask Jill if that's okay,
Mm.
Oh, okay, why would that be okay?
because we're not 100% certain that 2 out of 3 people can meet and have it not be a violation. So we're gonna just
Oh.
check with Jill tomorrow.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure you guys are fine, but just check. I just don't want to give you the answer
Yeah.
for
okay,
sure.
because
But
otherwise
just check.
there'd be one of us.
Right.
there's just no
I mean, it
communication.
has to be 3, 2, or 1.
Right. So I think you guys are solid. But
Okay,
I just want to make sure you guys check in.
Yes.
Okay,
So we
so
want
I'm
to
not-
check with Jill just to make sure.
I thought they
that's
just
what,
said that was 2 is okay.
no, John's saying check to
I'm
make
ju-
sure.
I'm saying you guys are probably fine. I don't see
Okay.
how it is a quorum, but I would just check just to be sure.
Check to
Because you
make
had the
sure.
question about it. and
Okay.
I don't want, I'm not a lawyer, so.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we'll check with Jill first and then,
Um, let's see. Okay, so then we're gonna come up with a survey. Then we're gonna talk to Justin or submit something to Justin so that he can moderate it on the Blue Lake Happening site. Okay,
no, I think we got to back up before that is that we would first want to get, you guys would come up with the questions. We would
right.
talk about that and make sure it's good, then take it to city council and make sure they're okay with it. And then if they're okay with it, then
I
we
don't
would,
know why we need to go to city council, because if it's for the arts and heritage,
Mhm.
I think that, I mean, it was just a suggestion that since you guys were like also bringing forward another item, it'd be like fun for
Oh,
you guys to
okay.
be like, hey, we're also working on a survey. Just like quick
If we want
presentation.
to, but
And
we
then
don't
say,
have
hey,
to.
when we're done completing our survey questions, we'd like to potentially have the city post it through their official
okay.
account.
So they wouldn't have to approve the survey questions.
No, I don't think, I mean, you could present them, and if there's somebody like objected to one, I guess.
We could
they
let them
could.
know and ask if the city would like us to put any questions on the survey.
I think we just keep it arts and heritage.
Okay, let's do that. Let's do that.
Yeah,
Let's keep it
I
It
think
simple.
just
so.
starts blending things.
Yeah.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, and
It
I
makes
think
it more
Arts and Heritage,
complicated. We
I
never get
mean,
anything done.
City Council's got a whole lot going on, so if we can take anything and keep it here, that's good.
Okay, so our steps are, we get the survey, we make the questions, we print them up or print.
Print them and look into Survey Monkey. It might cost a little money, Survey Monkey, but we'll see.
And then we
We
will,
also need a
we'll
computer
talk to
person.
Jill first.
Mhm.
Then you and I will come up with the questions,
Mhm.
and then we will
Decide how we distribute them.
talk about, well, if
Oh,
we
yeah.
put it on the Blue Lake Happenings,
Mhm.
and then we can bring it back to the next meeting and see if there's other ways, other things we won't. Should we not put it on until we've discussed it? And
It's a
see
Yeah,
what we
let's
question.
think?
discuss it and see if
Mhm.
any other
Okay.
questions we want to add.
Okay.
Okay,
And maybe the community at that point would want to add some.
so that'll be, we could put that back on the agenda for
Yeah,
December
okay.
meeting, okay. Okay, all right, anything else we need to talk about with that? All right, anyone else from the public want to comment before we close that discussion? And so we don't really have to take action on that necessarily because we're not approving the survey. I think
discussing.
I think we can just move forward. Is that right? I'm always like, John, is that right? All right. So number 11, discuss future of art and heritage and possible range of options to recommend to city council.
That was whether or not we want to be a group or a commission. The pros and cons of each.
Mm-hmm. So the idea, I think, on that one was, do we all feel comfortable going forward as a commission, or do we feel like there'd be a better opportunity to serve the city of Blue Lake by stepping back and having a group that's not a commission?
Because then it doesn't have to be as formal.
Yeah. So let's talk
Not as
about
many
some of the pros and
rules.
cons for a second, just this part, and then open it up to the public. So as I see some of the pros of staying a commission are that, we have the ability to be here with public members who can speak at the public meetings.
Mhm.
We have the ability to have everything transcribed and videotaped and formal. We can work very closely with city council. Those are the pros in my mind. The cons are that often if any one of us is out of town at any point in the future during the time that we're supposed to be here, unless we get more commissioners, we can't have a meeting. When you look back over January, this past year, there was no meeting from January to September. People have routinely come forward and said that they left because they felt pressured, they felt demonized, they got a lot of public scrutiny, and they didn't want to be part of the commission anymore. Those same people said, if you formed a group, I'd be happy to join again. So instead of having 2 or 3 people that are carrying the weight, there might be a way to have 8 of us or more. We could meet every other week. We could potentially get more done. And then we could take things that we work on to city council and say, here's what our group, we could be maybe an advisory group or just a public committee that's just coming forward and say, hey, we'd like to do this. What do you think? So those might be some pros. That and I I don't know. I know Sherry, you've been here for a long time. I don't know if you're planning on staying for a long time, which I hope you are.
Oh, yeah, I plan to.
Okay, good.
Good.
So at least, there's the three of us and we can keep going. My vote would be to stay as a commission if we can get 6 or 8 people on it so that we could be meeting up regularly in groups of 3 or 4 people and actually be meeting more and doing more because we all have that passion. We could be relating with the public more. But if it's the 3 of us, it makes it tricky, especially if I didn't know that the 2 of us could meet up. So I thought we couldn't even talk outside of meetings. So that about anything on the agenda. So those are my pros and cons.
So
So
as a group, we would just kind of make things up what we want to discuss. Or would they be suggestions from other people and then I think it would be a lot nicer to be more lax and, to be able to work together and all that. But, having, like you said, having it a commission, then we get, officially what we can do, or we get just, everybody's comments about what is right and wrong.
mhm.
Um, Yes.
Just clarification. Are you guys talking about dissolving the Arts and Heritage Commission, or
I
what
don't
are you
know.
talking about?
We're
That's
talking
what
about the
that's what it
pros and
sounds like.
cons of
Okay.
dissolving it or having a group.
Okay.
And if we were to dissolve it, if you got, then is it easy to start it up again?
No.
We would need to talk to our attorney about that
Oh, okay.
stuff.
Okay. So then, yeah, I don't think we should dissolve it. I think we should
Okay.
see if we can get more people. Yet I see the benefits of having it not be so formal.
Mhm.
So, anyway, those are just the discussion we're just discussing.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe we can see if we can recruit some others, but I know what you're saying. Other people feel, yeah, dissatisfied
maybe
with
we
being
can-
here.
Maybe we can help, heal that.
Mhm. Yeah, and I
Through
think
art,
it would
even.
be a blessing to have more people here to get more ideas. And then also because I really feel the need to meet up and talk with people in the community and
Mhm.
with a couple of us there. And right now we can't do that as a commission. So I'm often feeling like my hands are really tight here. What can I do to
Mhm.
help this?
That's the
Even
part
you
that's really
said, like,
hard.
so we're supposed to do survey questions, but we can't get together. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, how are we going to ever make this happen? And instead of having something take a month maybe to get together, it might be 2, 3, 6
Mhm.
or more months to get something moving. So, but if we had more people on the commission that we could meet up in smaller groups and work on things, split into teams. Okay, we're going to take
Right,
the survey. You guys are going to take the logo. You 3 are going to take this. And it would be more of an opportunity to work as a team and then come back. So I love that idea. Can we get out there and try to get
Let's
more
do that.
people? Can
Let's
we
see who we
commit
can.
to, like, let's try to talk to our friends
Mhm.
and neighbors and see if we can get someone to sign up?
Mhm.
I think I agree. Let's try that first.
Okay. All right. Any comments from the public on that?
You said maybe we could get 6 or 8 members. This is a 5-member commission. It
Oh, it
did
is
start
5.
out as a 7-member commission,
Oh,
but then, more than a year ago, the council reduced it to a 5-member commission
Okay.
because we couldn't get 7 members. So we reduced it to a 5-member commission to match all the other commissions. Um, and
But that could be changed if we had enough interest.
you don't, well, you could, I suppose.
If it's worth
but
it.
this is in the municipal code, right? When a commission is formed, it becomes codified and it goes into the municipal code and there's all the rules that go with it, right? And I don't know if you know how to find that municipal code, but it's on the city website. If you go to the drop down menu under government, you'll find municipal code, and under administration, you'll find all the different commissions. Each commission has its own section in the municipal code. And actually I don't believe that's been updated. We made that we made that decision on the council, but I don't believe the municipal code got updated there. So it still says 7, I think, but it should be 5.
Okay.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean that you can't have other people coming as, visiting presenters, or, you can have all kinds of other people take part in your process.
I
But-
think when it first started, there was like several other people that had a different name, but they
Yeah, like advisory
or
members and
something
different things like
yes,
that.
and they
Yeah.
all came once, and then that was it.
Yeah.
But
And I don't know, I'm not well versed enough in that to speak to the
okay.
advisory parts and the different things.
Who
but,
could we ask about that?
Well, I would study the municipal code first,
Maybe AI.
and then go from there.
Okay, look there first and then talk to someone else. Okay, thank you for that, Elise. Okay, any other comments from the public? Okay, so we can close that one up. No one else has anything else to say, and we'll move on then to murals and sculpture.
So Julie and I were on that commission of murals and sculptures. It was first discussed because of thinking about affordable housing, that we were going to have, just other places around town that we were going to have it. And it just never went anywhere, because I think personally, before we look for places to have murals and talk to people about doing murals, we have to know what we're going to pay them. I mean, the artists are not going to just, hey, you want to paint a mural? They're working, they're professionals. So we've got to come up with something that we could announce that we want someone to paint murals, and what we can offer them. And then we came up with the places of Del Arte. Well, that's kind of, not
We're
and
not
the
sure.
post office. So I don't know, other than that, we had talked about, again, the affordable housing, that, we would make sure that there was places for some murals, some nice murals, and get the community involved and the people who live there. But it seems like it's just keeps going on, and I don't,
Changing.
until we have, some monetary
Mhm.
established that we can pay them, it's not even worth trying to.
Maybe it goes on hold for a while. Can
Yeah.
go through
I
phases.
mean, I don't know where else we
Mhm.
can go with that.
I want to do a mural on my building, but I think that's just going to be personal or private. It doesn't
Yeah, I
have
mean,
to
like
involve.
Onstein did his mural on that retaining wall,
Oh,
and he paid.
Oh, I love that.
Sienna Rose, and he paid for it.
Uh-huh.
So, but I was talking to Gina Tezzi, who's, works at HSU, Cal Poly, and she's done a lot of the murals in Eureka, and she was the one that said, you're gonna have to figure out what you want to pay them.
Love when they
or
charge by the square foot.
Yeah, so they were paid, let's see,
Mhm.
I think $10 a square foot, yes.
Mhm.
And then there was one in Rio Dell who were looking for an artist to do a 4.5 by 5.5, and they paid him $2,000. So it had to be real specific. But I mean, if we have murals, we're going to have to have money to pay them.
Mhm.
So I don't know whether we want to put it on hold, if we want to bring it to city council to see if there's money. I mean, there's
We're not, I don't want to ask the
There's
city for
never
money.
I know,
Not
there's
right
never
now.
money,
If something can show up if somebody wants to do a mural, then we can discuss that.
So in all this time, this 2 years or so, it's never come up and somebody said, hey, I'd like to do a mural.
I know some people, but of my son's friends,
Okay.
but I don't want to ask them.
So I don't know what the next step is here.
Well, I want to tag into that discussion just a little bit, because I'm queen of like, I don't have any money, but how can we make this work? So I know from working at Cal Poly that they have a service learning program there. So one thing that they do, mainly for nonprofits, but it could also, I think with the cities, it could be a potential, is to approach the art department and ask, would there be any teachers who would want to take this on as a class project, to have their students come up with a design, have that run through a process where it goes through Arts and Heritage and City Council to get approved, and then paint a mural as their service learning project. They have much more money at Cal Poly for things like this, and it's possible. I mean, it wouldn't be like a local artist necessarily per se that you're giving the attention and the spotlight to, which is, we could do that with future projects if we get some money, but while we're in a position of maybe not having much money, we could get Cal Poly students and form a little partnership there. We could also ask, like I see back on the January 13th meeting, that we talked about the potential of the mini roundabout and a location in the museum for sculptures. That could also be something that we could say we're looking for murals and or a sculpture or two for the roundabout and for the museum. Would anybody want to work on that with us? We might not get any bites, but we might. We could also put, do a newspaper article, say the same, that we're looking for an artist who would do this pro bono. And in return, you would get like our undying gratitude and your name on a wall forever in Blue Lake. I mean, doesn't that sound grand?
Yeah.
So why not approach it that way if we don't have money first and then see where you get? And if you don't get anywhere that way, then we have to go pinch and pennies, ask for donations, figure out what the city council might or may not be able to help out with. But we could start there.
And then realistically, where else other than the post office?
Well, they have down here, you all talked about in January, the Del Arte South Wall.
Yeah, but that
So-
Deloitte's kind of fizzled out a bit,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't think that's.
But the walls will still be
The
there.
wall will still
well,
be
the
there.
wall will still be there, but it'll be a vacant building. I mean, we don't know.
With a gorgeous mural.
Yeah, we don't know the future of that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But maybe it's an opportunity. Like, I think the topic of the mural is important, and I want it to be something that's positive for the future.
Mhm.
And then that can inspire
Okay,
all of us. So
Okay.
then,
John, do you guys?
Just a quick, you said Del Arte what?
I just think they're kind of, they're renting their building out. They don't really have regular students on a regular basis. That building needs so much work. So I'm not sure, without knowing anything really, I'm not sure the status of,
And sorry, go ahead. Apologies.
yeah, just of the building and the
So-
building.
so that wall, but we don't know the status of Del Arte, but that wall's there. And then maybe too, the carbon plant. Does the Blue Lake own the carbon plant?
We don't.
Okay.
The other thing I should let you know that we had to use some of our HCOG funds, which were going to go toward roundabouts on the bridge repairs.
Okay.
So those I don't know if all the funds for roundabouts are gone, but I know we had to shift some of the funds from the roundabouts to the bridge. So just so you guys are aware.
Good to know.
Mhm.
Well, so that's a good idea. Do you want to ask Cal Poly?
Sure, I can do
department?
that. I have a contact in the art
Okay,
department
good,
there.
definitely.
Nice idea.
So where would this mural be? And then, we could decide
I
what kind of
believe that
designs or ideas
Elizabeth
we wanna
had
look at.
Somebody had talked to the people at the post office.
Okay.
I don't remember exactly who it was, and it wasn't really, I don't know if that was brought up in a meeting that they said, okay.
Okay.
The person who owns it said, oh yeah, you could put a mural there. So we should probably find out again if that's true. And then that could be a starting point.
Okay. Yeah, starting points are good. Okay, so let me, I'll check into the post office.
Okay.
Um, so it's the owner, we'd ask the owner of the building about that.
Yeah.
I believe it's Melissa Costa.
Say that again one more.
Melissa.
Melissa Costa, I believe is the.
Thank you. Okay, so I'll check into that, and if that's a possibility, maybe that would be our first.
Well, I really
of-
like the Del Arte wall too,
too.
no matter what, because
Yeah.
it's a,
Well, we can ask.
Big
I don't know
imposing
who
wall.
owns it. Del Arte
Yeah.
owns it, right?
yeah, we
Okay.
could ask. Because art is to inspire, and that's a great wall.
I love that. So would you want to talk with the Del Arte contact? I
I'll
don't
do
know if
that.
that'd be Michael or.
Oh, no, it wouldn't be Michael. It would
Okay.
be
It's a board.
Cash
Oh.
would be on the board.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
Apologies. Go ahead.
you'll contact the Del Arte folks and
Yep,
try to
I'll
get
talk
that
to-
figured out,
I
and I'll
will.
talk the post office, and then we can,
I'll talk
Um,
to Cash, and you'll talk to the post office.
yeah, and then we'll come back together in December. We can talk about what we found out. But in the meantime, I can talk with Cal Poly and see if I can get someone in the art department or the service learning department
That would be
interested in
great.
that.
Let's see.
And is
And
the city a nonprofit? It's not a nonprofit, is it? The city, no.
and just so you guys are aware, we're still waiting for our final financials to come in. Right now, I think it's not looking good, but I don't want to say that for
Yeah.
sure. But we're waiting for those final financials to come in, so we can assess where we're at, so we can see
Okay.
if we have funding for these type of projects.
Okay. All right. Well, this will get us going at least to
Mhm.
talk with some folks and see if
Yeah.
there's anything
Mhm.
free out there, and then we can go back to the drawing board if we, get no's. Okay. Anything else from the public on that? Okay. Thank you, everybody. That was a good discussion. So there's no action really needed there beyond just us going out and searching some things down. So number 13, city logo discussion.
Okay. This was brought up last meeting. And Kent and Julie both got up and said how they hate the logo. They don't think it's very friendly. They just didn't like it. Julie wanted to get other people involved. And so I did some looking up about logos. And I think it's a perfectly fine logo. It was professionally done. I mean, the city paid an artist to do it. It wasn't AI generated or anything. Somebody made it and we approved it. And I think it's a great logo, and I don't know why. Okay, so then I looked up about if towns have more than one logo. Yeah.
I love that because you broke it when you had broken it down into different things. I think Julie Christie was talking about something else because there's logos. But you were about to say, and I interrupted. There's logos, and then there's some other things.
Well, it says towns often have more than one, and there's like the city seal,
Right,
which
the
we have.
seal.
And then we have the one that was approved, that has it's this one.
And is
it's
that the
colorful.
seal or the
No,
logo?
this is the logo.
Okay.
And this is, so it has the blue sky, the trees, the water.
The bridge.
And so I think it's it's a good logo. Yes, thank you. Yes. And then they suggest that if people want to have a different logo for their special event,
Yes.
then that's something they can do.
But then there was like the seal. There's a bunch of different things. And so if the school wants to do a thing every year,
They
that's a
can-
different,
They
that's,
could figure up their own logo.
yes. But is that a logo or that's a seal? Because I remember you had told me there's
Well, there's the
logos,
official
seals,
seal, the
and then there's
City
some
of Blue
different
Lake
things.
seal.
So there could be different things. Some
Uh,
different things, but
Well,
that could
we're
be,
discussing this logo right here.
okay.
That's what they were talking about, this logo.
Yeah. And I think what Julie was talking about, she was saying of the logo, but something that changes from year to year is a great idea. The school can do stuff. It can be T-shirts, this and that, but it's not necessarily a logo. It's a different thing.
So I think if they want to do something different,
Uh-huh.
then
Then
they
that's
will
that.
bring it up to the city council or go to the city and say if they want to do an alteration of this,
Hmm.
they could do that.
Okay.
I don't know whatever channels they have to go through.
Well, I think it's different. I just think there's different things and people were clumping them all into one category of a logo, but okay, we're talking about this right now, but I know, okay.
So I just propose or I move that we just accept it's already been approved and move on. And again, if
Mhm.
somebody else wants to do it for a special occasion like festival, historic, community events, town development,
Mhm.
can develop a temporary logo
Mhm.
from its
Temporary logos.
branding.
I think that's fun.
So I move that we approve this.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
And then
Comments?
we can have variations
just
of
a
it with
discussion one,
dinosaurs
but
on
yeah.
it at different times.
No, I just wanted to fill you guys in. Essentially, I think the council, I would have to review the video, but essentially the council said, hey, like before we finalize this for our final approval, we want to kick it back to the Arts and Heritage Commission and say, do you guys want to modify any colors? Do you want to keep it as it is? Do we want this logo to be our final thing? We also considered having a survey done for the community where the community could weigh in on it. Like, is this the logo that we want? Just to make sure we got that feedback. And then so we were going to kick that back to you guys to say, hey, we want you guys to conduct this. It kind of got hung up in a tense meeting and didn't go anywhere. So it never got kicked back down, and it kind of turned stale. And we've just been dealing with a lot of other things
Okay,
since
right.
then.
So what it was presented, it was two people's opinion that was presented. It wasn't like the city council suggesting that we go and take a look at that. I mean, I'm responding to that.
Are you talking timeline wise? Are you talking about after after it was brought forward for council for approval on mass adoption, or are you talking about originally?
I'm talking about when two people here at the last meeting brought up that they didn't like the logo, they wanted it changed, they wanted different things, whatever they wanted. And so we turned it over till this next time to discuss it, because it really wasn't on the agenda. So I mean,
Can I see it? Do you hand it to me?
So I didn't know anything about city council putting this out or proposing anything.
It never got pushed back down to you guys
Okay,
for
okay,
review because
okay.
we were just so busy with all the other
Okay.
stuff that was going on. Also, I did talk to Noah just because I saw him in public, and I think he said a recolor of the same design would cost about $100. But don't quote me on that. We'd have to reach out to him
I
for
think we did talk about that it'd be
verification on
nice if
that.
it was a cream color instead of a white background, but I don't know that that was, I have written down here cream color, so I don't know.
And the only other thing I'd say is that it does use a lot of ink, but you know, like I'm not gonna like say don't adopt it because it uses a lot of ink. That's the other thing.
I mean, I thought it's already on the sign to come in town. And I mean, I don't, it just seems like there's so many issues.
You know what I think? I think personally it's fine. And once we get it together as a community, we can celebrate and we could revisit it at that time. But I just think things have been done, and let's just honor everywhere we can to come together
Mhm.
and just kind of, and I know you make a special version with dinosaurs. I'd like to see that around. I love the dinosaurs. He makes
For
them
your
with these.
special event, you could do
Yes,
that.
that's my favorite one.
No, really, I mean, I think that
And
if
then
for a special event, you can do something, take what
special
we
event.
have and create a whimsy or create, whatever it is you want to promote your
And hopefully
event.
someday, and I'd like to, I don't know, I like purple, but I don't really care. I think it's fine enough. For now, if we can have some with dinosaurs too
I don't.
from time to
I was
time.
just messing around.
I love that one.
But I'll like just I think the thing that the council was going to bring back to you guys on the logo was like, hey, we want your final revisionist eyes on this. Is this what you guys want? And then have you guys send it back to council for like final
Okay,
approval
so I'm
and
just
mass
out
adoption.
curious, why did the council even, pick that up?
I know why, because a lot of people wanted community input. They wanted the community to have an opportunity to maybe draw the logo. And they felt like it just got taken away from their hands. And that's how come, and so it was just another point of contention. And so
Yeah.
we have to just kind of move on.
Yeah, I agree that I think for right now, it seems like there are people that whether or not it's become official, they've kind of made it official. Like when I came into town the other day for the first time, I noticed it there and I'm like, oh God, it's right there. And then a couple other places around town, they already have this up and running. And so rather than wasting more ink, more money, more paper, more
Time.
paint, more time, let's just say that, this is good for now. And Blue Lake is heading into, I hope, a really good unified direction. And so there's, 5 years from now, we might decide to do a completely new logo. But until then, we can do like an annual seal or even a seasonal seal. We can have contests. We can have whatever with the schools, with the public input, and we can play with that. So it's kind of a great compromise to say, okay, maybe we can take this the way it is. People worked hard on this. There was a lot of debate on it. It was a lot of division. This is one thing. It would be great to have something that everybody loved. That's not what we have right now. but we have something that works good enough, and let's find another way to unify over
Yeah,
a
yeah.
seal or so
I
that's
don't think we're ever gonna get everybody to approve everything.
no,
anyway.
but like
Yeah.
if you had seals and competitions, I mean, you could have surveys again through Facebook pages or different surveys where the public could vote on it, or you could have a community potluck or a town forum, and let's come together and play with ideas and vote on it at the end of the night. Or it could be a more unifying event if we move forward with seals and with branding a different version rather than this doesn't have to be Blue Lake's brand if people are really feeling like I know Kent brought up a really good point. Like, I can't market this. I can't, it's not a business thing to me. I can't really brand this on something and draw people here. And I think it's a fair comment to hear, but to say, okay, well, if we use this, what else could we do so that Kent can do that? That he can use a seal or something that's created by the community that he just loves, and he can market the heck
Well,
out of
and the
that.
one that was before this, the one tree that was left after they logged, he could use that if he wants to.
Or again, come up with new ideas with the community and use those as kind of like sub seals. I mean, I work at College of the Redwoods, and they did something very similar. They had one like CR logo that's now their official logo, and then they have like 15 sub logos under that people have created in their other departments. And
Right, yes.
they used to have like 100, so now they've consolidated down to like 15, but they still keep that main one image on all the letterhead and all the things that are engaged with the community, but the rest come into play that are much more creative and allow people to really have ownership over it and more say. And that sounds like the takeaway here is people want more say. So that would be my vote, is
Can
to
work towards that.
to just talk to the city council about that. That's what we feel is best. And if they really want us to revisit again and get public poll, then we can do that. But just on our own, I feel like we're
We should get our
in,
money's worth out of it for a little while.
yeah, feel like we're in agreement on that. Oh.
Okay, so do we have to make a motion or just,
No, that's just the discussion. So anyone
Okay.
else want to comment from the public about that before we close that discussion and move on?
On the one hand, I probably shouldn't comment on this topic because I have very strong feelings about it.
Wow.
And I will say that I saw somebody with a design on a sweatshirt, and I just kind of saw it in passing, and I went, "Oh, that's pretty." And I looked a little closer, and it was this logo, but it wasn't these colors.
Huh, what colors were they?
They were softer colors.
Mm-hmm.
They were probably, and when I looked real hard, I went, "Oh, I wonder if that was supposed to be that color, or if the ink washed out, or they tried to make it a certain this color and it didn't come out right." But I loved it.
Well, maybe we could have a contest. Maybe we could have black and white copies and people could do different colors and they could bring them in, then we decide colors.
Well, I think that when John mentioned having the artist that created it mock it up with different colors, I personally think that's a great idea because you don't know how it's going to look.
I do. I don't like the red in it personally. And maybe it's, yeah.
Well,
that's a
and
good idea.
I've tried printing it on just black and white with no color. And I think depending on how big it is, like I don't care for the grayscale, but if you take all the color out, and you have just just the line art, that says something. But
I like the grayscale better than the colors. Well, that's very, thank you. That's
anyway.
Yeah,
great.
thank you.
because
Yeah.
color is huge
yeah.
and line quality is huge, and if you want something that's heavy, I look at that and I think it's heavy, and I look at those colors and I think fall and darkness. I don't want Blue Lake to be fall and darkness. I want to be springtime and growth and openness and sunshine, and
Soft.
Good point.
and I think for maybe $100, different color mock-ups, whatever, we could have choices.
I like that idea.
I motion we play around with the colors.
Yeah. Okay. So that could be one more thing that we perhaps throw out to city council when we go, is to say that we'd like to look at more colors.
And I think that we should not spend a bunch of money figuring out colors, but have some grayscale, and then people, we could, I just want to say give it out to the community. That sounds kind of complicated, but, or maybe I could go over it with colors, you could go over it with some colors, and somebody else could go over it with some colors, that, and see which ones seem to harmonize the
Well,
most,
if
that
you-
give us a feeling that we like.
Sorry, Barbara, you're right. If
That's okay.
if you have an artist that's doing that, technically, unless the city of Blue Lake has bought the copyrights from him, which I don't know if that's happened.
Don't know the
or
answer to that.
What the agreement was, but so no one else should be, as an artist myself, no one else should be working on this design technically, legally, except the artist, unless
Unless
he's
we
given,
get permission.
unless we get permission, or she has given
Mm-hmm.
he's given the copyright to the city to play with. So that should be something that the artist would agree to, or that they could say, yeah, we can, I mean, graphic design wise, this is not so tricky to play with different colors. So hopefully the person would be, willing to spin back.
Elise, do you
Number
know
of
who did
colors.
it or how to do the colors?
Noah
No?
Sampson from, I think, sorry, I'm forgetting the name, Digital Concepts, I believe.
Okay, I was thinking I had it written down here somewhere,
Okay.
but I don't remember.
I can get,
Design concepts?
yeah, I think that's what it was. Sorry, I forgot the
Design
designs,
concepts.
yeah.
Okay.
For visual, I'll look it up, right? Visual
Visual concepts,
concepts,
there you
there it was.
So
And again, I think the council, again, maybe
Let's us work on it.
You
and
guys work
rather
on it,
Bug you guys, and then when we
where
decide
the
on
where the
something.
council was at was the mass adoption of it and the mass essentially deployment of it. So that's why we had sent it back to you guys for review.
Thank you.
Because we
Okay.
already have what we have right now, so there's no
Okay.
point in ripping, changing it now.
Historically, there was a soft rollout of this logo. I'm going to put that in quotation marks. A soft rollout.
Okay.
So it was never approved to replace every seal logo that the city already used. It was never officially approved to do that. We have the sign here at the roundabout and the sign down at Powers Creek. And it started being used on a lot of city documents. But the city council never said, hey, ditch the old logo and the old seal and let's go with this. Exactly. That didn't happen.
Okay, thanks for that.
And anyway, I think if you wanted to look at the recording of the meeting, it would have been maybe October. Could have been September or October of
I'm
24.
seeing from visual contacts, concepts from Thursday, the 14th meeting. Oh, I don't know, maybe this was just a written. Here's the design, the current.
I called them up and asked them if they could send me a black and white, and they sent it to
Okay.
me.
Okay.
So I can email it to you, dig it up.
Mhm.
That'd be
But
great. We could print them out.
I think I can't remember honestly. It's been a year probably,
Yeah.
but I probably told the guy I want to color it in with different colors, and he was like, "Yeah, here, have at it, go crazy." But
Mhm.
if you guys are going to do it as a kind of an official exercise, then you should chat with him, I suppose.
Mhm.
Sweet.
Thank you, Elise. Yeah. Okay, so anybody else comments on that? Okay, so it sounds like we're gonna check into potential color. So is someone from the three of us gonna check in for that, or we want to go to city council and tell them that would like that to be done?
I think you guys can check in, just don't make you can't make any purchases or anything like that.
Okay, so we could check in with the artist.
But we could check in with the artist, and then maybe if we have his permission, we could go in with some crayons and try different colors.
Or like a graphic design program on Cindy's computer.
I just want to do color combinations that looks good, and then take it.
Yeah.
We'll figure
Okay,
it out.
perfect. Love
Okay.
it. Great. So, can we do an ad hoc committee to do that? Can you and I work
Yeah,
on that?
I'd love that.
Barbara? Okay.
Thanks.
And we'll double check with Jill, we'll just make sure our numbers are okay, that we can do that. Barbara and Roa, and so that would, I guess, unless we were able to get that done before the city hall meeting coming up, we would put that on our agenda for December
That sounds great.
to bring forward some designs and figure out where we want to go from there. We could also figure out if, that could be part of the survey. If we get 5 designs we like and the city says, yeah, go for it, we could put that on the survey and say, which one
Yeah.
of these do you like best?
Unless we don't agree on, if we don't agree, then we could send it to the survey. And if we can
Yeah.
just agree we like one, we can just get it done.
Sure.
So you're.
Well, I
you're
just
talking
thought
about
for
the new
more,
colors.
for greater public input, if you really wanted to turn it, which is something that some people said they would like, if we're putting a survey together anyway,
Mhm.
and we had the possibility of coming up with new colors and, that we could put that out on the survey too, which of these 5 do you like best? And then see what we get from a survey and then,
Yeah, that's a
So
good
that
idea,
could be a
just to see
possible-
what they like, and then we
Yeah.
still decide.
just throwing it back to the public as much as you can, like to get input from them, which, I think there were some people that were concerned about whether it was the colors or the design. So yeah, okay, I like keeping as much as we can the same, only
Mhm.
for ease of sake, but that might just be change all the colors and
Mhm.
keep the design, it's not a big
Then it'll
deal
be really
to
beautiful.
lighten the
rather
lines
than-
or cut
right.
back on some of the lines.
Yeah.
That's not a big deal graphically.
Primary colors are kind of harsh.
Okay. All right. So moving on from that. Fire hydrant project discussion.
I have no idea where that is.
Okay, I do. I talked with Tony just a little bit. So, and they also put I think in the packet. Was there an email in the packet somewhere? I thought there was like a little bit of an email that said that they were. No, maybe not. Um, almost. Let me see. Oh, yeah, here it is. Yeah. So on October 8th, this is from Tony. It's in the packet, the City of Blue Lake Commission report, the update on the progress of the Blue Lake Fire Hydrant project. So
That's okay.
I don't know where did you get this?
it was just after the logo. It was the very next page from the logo.
Okay, is this something new?
Did you get a full? Maybe you didn't get a full
No,
packet.
It was just, all I saw was this page. That's all that I got. Okay,
Oh,
okay,
so well, Tony had sent one out to the commissioners. It was a
okay.
okay. So, yeah, so just reading this quickly, it's in everyone's packet, but basically just tells that they went and did a check-in with people that were doing the fire hydrants in town. And they called everyone up and they asked them if they were done with their fire hydrants or where they were in that process. And they're keeping a list now that is much more organized. There was a lot of stuff that was happening at that time, so the organization fell apart a little bit, but they're on it now. And so Glenn has a list of fire hydrants that are left, and as I think Tony does too, they're coordinating that list together. And they only have, they still have a few more that they need help with, but they're reaching out to more people. They're asking people who painted one before if they want to paint another one. And they're streamlining the process where they really are now. There was a little bit of my grandma used the word loosey-goosey in the process before, where it's some people that were just painting their own fire hydrants and not even telling anyone, and then other people were going through the process. And so they have streamlined all that, and now it's like you need to go through the process and come in here and submit your application, and we're gonna do it that way. So they're pledging to really take ownership of that and make it happen. So that's basically what the letter says. And people want to read the specifics, it is in the packet. But it looks like, the procedure is, as we talked about last time, that people would come to the city hall, they would get their application, they would draw it out, bring it back. Once it's approved, they should get a phone call that says you're approved, come on down and get your paints. That was something that was missed a little bit before, but they're working hard to make sure that process stays the norm for everyone. And then you go get your paints from Glenn over at Public Works, and you supply your own brushes. A drop cloth is really good. And yeah, and they have everything you need there to they have the paints, and you just mix them up and do your business.
Nice.
So thank you. Any comment?
Who did the shading on the one you are working on
I
right now.
did.
Oh, nice. It looks really good.
Thanks.
Which one are you working on?
On the one in front of Del Arte.
Oh, okay, okay. I
Um,
wondered who that was.
But yeah, I just started drawing the masks in, and I'm met by the rain yet again. So it's like constant start stop with that. But thanks. Yeah. Public comment? Anyone else before we move on from that one? So I'm really excited to see what people are doing. It's really
Yeah,
fun,
got
and
some really nice ones. I
Yeah.
got one at Crow Park.
yeah, there's some great ones. I think is that the horse arena?
No, the one where the benches are and the crow.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So if anyone out there wants to do a fire hydrant, come on down to City Hall, get your
Mhm.
application in. Still got room for you. Okay. Number 15, acknowledge maker space.
And I do not know what that is.
Okay. So I met with Katie from Maker Space in October. Spent about a couple an hour and a half or so with her, just discussing the possibility of how we could help her keep her space open, what we could do, what she needed. Unfortunately, she fortunately for her, she's got a lot of other beautiful projects she's doing, and she's very busy, so she's not able to devote a lot of time to the Blue Lake maker space. She has one in McKinleyville. She's doing a mural project with the school right now, and she can only afford so much for Phoebe, who's her assistant here. So we talked about maybe getting volunteers to get it going. We talked about maybe having a workshop for the holidays, but all of that would take more time and energy than she was able to. So she's decided to close the space, and she actually gave Tony the notice that they'd be shutting off the public works. It's a loss for Blue Lake that we can't have that here for now, but we know what we'd like to have in the future. So I'm hoping that we can find a way to build something like that back into an economic plan for Blue Lake in the future. But that space will be closing, and that's.
Do you know when?
Tony said that they were turning off the power, like November will be the last month. So I imagine there may be some things happening in November. She may have decided to close up already, but she's wanting to focus on McKinleyville. It's bigger. They have weekly programs there. They're open. The one big problem that a lot of people in Blue Lake that I talked to said is that they wanted to come out during the week, but there were no hours really during the week. It was just the weekends. And so people aren't always able to go out and patron it. It wasn't making enough money for Katie. And, so that's, anybody out there want to come in and start up a new maker space? I hear the rent's really affordable there. That's what Katie said. So, but yeah, that's a real bummer. But yeah, I think there are lots of avenues that we can pursue in the future to get something like that, a draw again.
Maybe if she had a partner, somebody wants to do
Yeah.
art classes in there
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, I'd hope that maybe she would partner with Del Arte. Seems like infinite possibilities. I mean, we just had Halloween. Del Arte could run a mask making workshop, and we could have a costume ball or something. I mean, heck, that would be so fun. But you need people that are going to work on that, and people are going to pull it through. And right now they're not having that. So, but in the future, you just keep,
So maybe somebody will have an idea.
yeah.
Save it.
So, public comments?
Yeah, I'll just say it seems like people like want these things initially and say they want the things, but then they don't support them, and it's kind of sad that
Yeah.
it happens and keeps
Yeah.
happening. There's the initial like excitement, and then it dies
Yeah.
off. So
Yeah.
that's the hard part. Is like
That's
us as
exactly what
citizens,
Katie said.
is that us as citizens really need to like support these things if we want them.
Yeah. Yeah. And part of that too is getting creative. Like I taught service learning. I initiated service learning at Cal Poly and at CR. And it's like you have to get really creative to get people and invest sometimes. And that means it's better if you can have a team of people working on it, because one person, you start like Katie spreading herself really thin, and she just couldn't take on more. It came to that.
If people
So-
can collaborate.
Yeah.
I know that they do have a lot of classes in McKinleyville. And
Yeah.
basket making and
Yeah.
other things too that
Yeah.
that I just had hoped that maybe that was going to be incorporated.
Yeah.
There, but I know she said she was
Yeah.
a little too busy.
Yeah, well, so we all know we'd like to get something like that here in the
Mhm.
future, and we can all consider ways that we can draw. But it takes a commitment. I think people working as a team to try to help each other. And I'd love to see Arts and Heritage and the Economic Development Committee just working harder on supporting the business. What can we do to support the businesses? Like I would love to see that as a survey question. You know, what can Arts and Heritage do to support the businesses more? How can we help get more customers? How can we help get the word out? How can we work together? I mean, could we have just businesses that come together once a month to support each other and talk about ideas? You know, what can we do? We don't have to live in a bubble and all be so independent that our businesses fail because we can't get the help we need to make it happen. So it's a case in point of something we really could have used here that was really sweet,
Mhm.
but there's just not enough cohesion to make it happen. So, okay, so there's no action that's needed there. Anybody else need to say anything or would love to say anything? Yeah, sure did love that space. Okay, number 16, artificial intelligence use policy discussion recommendation.
This was something that was brought up last year also,
Mhm.
and we just had a discussion about it.
Mhm.
Just to discuss whether this was for the city, whether the city would support artists to do work like the logos and things, or would we use AI?
Mhm.
Um, and so there was difference of opinions, and there was nothing was finalized. And I personally don't think it's Arts and Heritage Commission to decide what the city would use. I mean, if the city's going to embrace that, I just think that's a topic, a bigger topic than Arts and Heritage. Uh,
I agree. I feel like that should come from the city itself, though I can
Yeah.
understand like nobody wants to touch like at CR, they're like, and Cal Poly, they're like, yep, we're not going to tell you guys what to do. You pick your own policy. Each teacher can have your own because we don't want to. And I think it, you know, there might be some idea of that. We want people to be able to be more free and
Yes.
deciding what they want. Maybe that's part of the reason, but I do feel like it would be better to have a unified policy of, you know, what do people feel comfortable with.
Again, something that the city council decides on or has guidelines, but yeah, I don't know that I have enough information, enough of the way that, yeah, I just don't feel that this is
Mm.
something I think the Arts and Heritage should tackle, but that's just my opinion. Your
Barbara?
opinion?
I think that when we need to decide something about it, we will then. In the meantime,
Well, I think that when it was first discussed over a year ago, and John remembers at that time, that, you know, it's just moved so quickly, you know, it was still kind of just in the air.
AI is
And
coming.
the chairperson of that time was really concerned about, I didn't even know what he was talking about for a while.
Mhm.
And so then you see like, you know, a year and a half later where we are, and it's used everywhere and everything.
Mhm.
So I don't know, you can't say, no, we're not going to use it, or yes, we're going to use it. You have,
For some people, it's a tool.
so
So
yeah.
It's not an issue for us. Maybe we don't need to worry about it
Mhm.
right now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have something to say?
I mean, I'll just say, like, I think that if you guys wanted to bring a policy forward to the council about AI, have it focus on art specifically, since that had to do with arts and heritage,
Okay.
rather than like AI entirely, and then just have it be like a soft recommendation and see if the council wanted to consider it, if you guys want to bring that forward.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
If you don't want to, then
I don't want to.
I don't think I need to just.
Yeah.
I mean, if we have something that we're, an art project or something that we're gonna do, then maybe we could say, this has to be your design.
Yeah.
We don't want you picking something off of.
Don't
AI.
copy.
Yes, so I don't think we
Copyrights.
can make a general rule when we've not really
Not
done
yet.
anything, or I don't know how, yeah, it's not applicable to anything we're doing.
Not
How
yet.
about this? What if we would say that rather than making a formal yes or no policy per se on AI, what if we said something like AI use needs to be disclosed and we'll decide on a case by case basis whether or not we feel it's acceptable rather than making a blanket policy that then
Yeah,
maybe just cuts off your arm
yeah.
because AI it's an incorrect kind of belief that AI just copies things. What AI does, it's very similar to what artists have been doing for generations, for hundreds of years, it's compiling 15, like humans might take 10 different artworks and they'll pull like a face here, lips here, an ear here, and they put it together and boom. I mean, Shakespeare did this all the time, the king of plagiarism. But what you have
Mm.
here is AI goes through not just one or two, but thousands,
Computer
thousands of them. It might take like 20
information.
pixels from here
Hmm.
and 100 pixels from there and a whole nose here, a hand from there, and puts those together. And copyright law is, if for artists, not digitally, just copyright laws, if you change any artwork that's
Yeah, yeah.
by 30% or more, it's considered legally a new entity.
Hmm.
Same thing for AI. So if AI changes anyone's artwork that it's used by 30% or more, it's legally considered a new entity. But people get upset because they say, hey, I didn't say that you could use part of my design to put 2% into your 5% or 10%. I didn't say you could do that. But legally, this has been going on for hundreds of years. And everyone who goes to court says, if you change it 30%, you can convince the judge of that. It's your design. Now, it's a nicety to give credit if someone's really upset or even say, hey, I'll back off. But, it's a legal, I mean, it's an artistic kind of pat in the back. Yes, you did great work. I'm going to back off of that, but it's not required legally. And so that's what AI is doing. And you have to decide, I think, again, on a case to case basis, if it's a really great design and you can get out there and see that it's pulled from a whole bunch of sources or that it's not in clear copyright violation, then maybe we would want to consider it. But it would be a shame to say never
I agree.
and then never have that opportunity. Just like it would be a shame to say yes, we're always going to take it, and then maybe come up with stuff that we're like, no, I'm really not okay with that. But if we just say you need to, like Amazon for books, that's what they do. They say if you used AI content creation for books, you have to tell us. If we ever find out you're lying, we're going to pull your author profile and all your books off of Amazon. So you need to disclose it, and then we can decide from there if we want to use it. So maybe that could be our recommendation
Sounds
to the
good.
city, that's how we would like to see it, Jeff. What do you think about that, Sherry?
I think that's a good idea that I don't know, again, I mean, related to arts and heritage, I think as a each situation basis.
Mm-hmm.
But if you use it for more than 30%,
Yeah.
or if you just use it at all, you disclose it.
Yeah, I would say just disclose it. I mean, that's what I ask my students to do on their papers. They don't always do that, but I say, if you use AI, great, just tell me. Just say, here, I used AI right here, so that I know that that's not yours, and then I can
And you can
make
give
a
whoever
judgment.
credit for
Yeah.
respect.
And some people just don't like the idea of, that a human didn't create that, not this, but,
Mhm.
something else. Some people just don't like to,
Well, I think
they,
it takes
they want
away
to have
people have
something.
studied long, time in college and on their own to create something, and then AI just comes and does it, and
Like that.
yeah, it
Mhm.
just doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem
Right. Right. And we
Scale it.
want to honor that. So it might be that, that case to case would be the way to go.
Um, and so then I'm not trying to influence your guys' decision
Mhm.
here.
Love
I
it.
just want to know, are you guys like thinking like you want to have the like a text on any images generated by the city or used on a city website says AI was used to generate this image? Is that what you're kind of thinking?
I was thinking more for any design that people are submitting for approve, like for a logo, let's say,
Yeah.
for our graphic desigin friend, what was his name?
would-
Noah.
Yep.
If he had used AI for that, I would want to see him say to us, I used some AI on this, or I used all of AI on this. This is totally AI's design and my colors, or it's my design and AI colors.
So do we write that somewhere? Is that written somewhere?
I think it would, what I was saying is not to put it out publicly, but to put it out to, like, if you're submitting art to the Arts and Heritage Commission, or if you're
Right,
submitting art to the city council, that you would tell the city council or tell the Arts and
So
Heritage.
do we want to write that somewhere so people can see or know that?
I think it should be written on anything where we're soliciting artistic or graphic images. That's what I would That's what I would propose. That's a great question. So what do you guys think about?
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I think
it's
so
a good
too.
idea. Propose that, that if we get any submissions for art or anything that. I want to say that,
Art or
Yes.
graphic images?
yes, art and graphic that we have, that they have to be, if they use any AI, they have to let us know.
Disclose.
Yeah, disclose AI use. And then we can decide on a case by case basis whether or not we would want to entertain that. Okay. Anyone else from the public want to comment on that before we move along? Okay, so when we take the rest of this stuff to the city council, we can take that recommendation forward. Does that sound good too? Okay. Almost done. Number 16, future agenda items and announcements. So far we have the survey in December that hopefully we'll have had from the wonderful ad hoc committee that Barbara and Sherry are putting together, some survey questions, so we can go over that in December. Land acknowledgements will go to city council this month and then come back with the results on the next agenda for the land acknowledgements, what the city council thought of that. And should we report back on what happened at the city council meeting with AI use? What happens with our recommendation, or do we need to report back to that? Just
Do you
to
want to do it?
Yeah, just to disclose like what happened,
Yeah.
so everyone's on the full board with that in case you missed it. Okay. Anything else for the next meeting?
Going to talk to Cash about the wall. We're going to talk about the wall,
Oh, yeah.
Del Arte at the
Mm-hmm.
post office.
Yeah. So we'll come back, we'll circle back then to the murals
Yeah.
for
And then we
December.
want to ask Jill.
I can contact you tomorrow.
Yeah.
So that doesn't necessarily need to be on the agenda for next month, or does it?
Okay.
Okay, that's
Okay.
just something that you'll,
Right.
yeah. And when you guys find the answer to that, can you,
Yes, I don't have, oh, I would have your email address.
Yeah.
probably.
yeah, so that we know, because then Barbara, you and I will meet up to check in with
Okay.
the
And we'll
artist about that.
do survey questions
Yeah,
sometime this month.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so city logo, I guess we need to come back to that yet again, because
Well,
you and I will,
we'll call Noah. Yeah. So
Okay.
we'll
and
come
we'll
back with
report
that.
back on that.
Yeah.
And so if he says yes, you and I will create.
And then the note taker, truthfully, I probably take lousy notes.
I'm thinking, I'm gonna look out, yes, okay, I do too. I'll try, but yes.
Maybe we'll
Someone
both
else
take
can be
notes.
chair, and I will take the
Yeah, yeah.
notes.
You're good at
Um,
notes.
I
I'm-
think you're much better chair.
You're doing really good at chair.
Yeah.
You guys are so lame.
I
Okay.
totally will.
All right. Anything else we want to add to the agenda? Mhm.
So I'm Dustin, Blue Lake Chamber president. So as you may or may not know, the banners along the pond out here that are hanging from the flagpoles,
Mhm.
those are put up by the Chamber of Commerce, and we would like your guys' input because we are going to be putting some new ones up, and if you guys would like to have some input as to what the new ones would be, do we want to do the same things we're doing? Do we want to do different designs? What do we want to do? So I'd like to have that on your agenda for
Thank
next
you.
month.
When
Okay.
are the chamber meetings?
So we changed our chamber meetings. They are now the first Tuesday of every month at 5:30.
Okay.
First Tuesday. What time?
At 5:30,
In here.
right here.
Sweet, thanks.
So you'll have your next chamber meeting before we meet up in December, because we're the second Monday. Okay. Do you need to know before then?
We don't. We're not in
Okay.
a hurry.
All right.
It's just we wanted to get it on your guys' radar.
Okay.
We're not in a hurry to do them, but we wanted your guys' input because you guys are the arts people. We're not arts people,
Mm.
and
Okay.
We thought it would be a nice outreach to
Okay.
arts and heritage because that's what you guys do is artsy stuff.
Mhm.
And we would like to appreciate that and to
It's nice to work
support that.
together
Yes,
as
very
much
much
as
so.
we
Yeah.
can.
Okay, so now,
I am not sure on the number.
What are the banners for? They just say chamber
No, there's like there's like a fish and there's
for decoration?
yeah,
Is
they're
there
just
one
decorations.
they're along Taylor Way, right? Or
I'm sorry?
Orchard?
Are they all on green?
I believe
Blue.
most of them are on Greenwood. Yes.
Oh, green. Oh, okay, so there's no
Okay.
banners along the
Okay,
street?
so
No?
can we,
Okay. Okay. Let's look at this.
that's not on our agenda, but can we just drive around and look at those separately and talk about it next time?
Yeah.
Okay, then we
Easy
can
to
have,
miss.
then we can have something to say.
Okay, these are my.
Okay.
notes, So I need to know what's, they want to add to the agenda.
Okay, so I can send this to,
Okay, good.
to Tony and to you as well. So I just wrote it there.
Okay.
All right, anything else that anyone is thinking that they'd like to add to a future agenda before we close up for the night?
Just kind of like a housekeeping thing. We have like 3 meetings happening. We have a lot of meetings, a lot of city council meetings happening, lots of special meetings because of lots of deadlines and
Yeah.
timeframes and things. So
Yeah.
I don't know which meeting you guys might come to chat with us. And what's my point? It'd be great to have kind of an all over report kind of thing. We don't really get that from the commissions very often.
Okay.
And but it might not, I guess it would be good to do that before your next meeting if you think that's the best, right? And you can chat with Jill about
Okay.
where that fits into the agendas. I think this
Okay.
next Wednesday is going to be super full, so you probably don't want to try to get on that one, maybe.
Well, I
I don't
was
know.
thinking the official, not the official, but the, the standard, isn't it Tuesday, third Tuesday, fourth
It's usually
Tuesday?
the fourth Tuesday,
Fourth Tuesday.
and I
So
think we're gonna. I gotta
that's
keep checking the
Thanksgiving
website
week.
because I can't
You
remember.
guys are meeting Thanksgiving week anyway.
If you want, I can talk with Rua about this after the fact, and we can kind of come up with a timeline on her presenting.
Yeah,
I'll
That would
talk
be
to Jill
great.
about it.
That would
There's
be great.
lots of
Okay. Little
opportunities.
counsel on that. Thank you.
Lots, yeah.
Okay. Thank you for coming. I know you guys are
Yeah.
super busy with all you've got going on, so we appreciate your guidance and your help and helping to sort of train us on the job too, but also just your advice and counsel. So thank you so much for being here. Okay, so motion to adjourn.
I second that.
You
Make
got to
a
make the motion first,
Make a
and then I'll
motion.
second that. Good. Okay, so we are 8:22
Yeah.
adjourning. So you want to write that time down and